Plus, I was 27 by the time I got in, so I was a little older. But still, I was still super immature. Probably, I'm still probably immature now. But I was living. I ended up living with a guy that got a job there who was an Army Ranger, and his name is Rory. If Rory sees this, I want him to know like he was one of my inspirations to even
Wait,
start.
tabbed or battalion?
I think
You had the scroll.
I don't know. I never knew enough about
Oh,
it
okay,
back then
okay.
to have the wherewithal to ask the questions that people would want to know. Um, all I remember is that he was a ranger, and I don't know if he was in Ranger Battalion or if he was just tabbed and was in an airborne unit or something. I'm not sure. Um, I know he was in the 82nd at one point, and he was in like Operation Iraqi Freedom. He did a whole lot of stuff over there, saw a lot of
Sick.
things. Yeah, he was there in like the early days, like 03, 04,
Heavies.
05 time frame. Yeah, like when stuff was kind of crazy. I never deployed to Iraq until after I first went to Iraq in 2023, long after everything was not. There's no more kinetic stuff going on. I mean,
There
yeah,
were like Starbuckses. There's
there's a
McDonald's.
Starbucks. Yeah, there's a Starbucks. There's like McDonald's. Yeah. I spent just a like 6 month stint in a place called Erbil, going back and forth from there to Syria, doing some
Well,
stuff
how was it
around
in
there.
23?
I mean, it was, it was, I would say it was very similar to a lot of other deployments, but I did a lot more real stuff. There was probably more inherent risk involved in some of the things I was doing there than my other deployments, if you want to call them deployments, because, we would, in 3rd Marine Division, we would deploy to Okinawa for what people call the a UDP, which is the Unit Deployment Program for the Marine Corps. And like that was all that 3rd Marine Division was really doing by the time I got to them. And so we would all get on a plane from Hawaii. We'd fly over to Okinawa. We would stay in the barracks, move into the barracks on like Camp Hansen or Schwab, and we would basically just train there, or we would shoot out to Korea or Camp Fuji or the Philippines or Thailand or Malaysia or Australia. I never got to go to Australia or Malaysia or the Philippines, but we did go
Like
to
interforce training.
what's that?
A lot of training with other countries'
Training with
military.
other countries, yeah,
Yeah.
like the Korean Marine Corps, for
Yeah.
example. So we did
Was
some
there a high IED threat in Iraq at that time?
during the time that we
23.
were. Oh, in 23, no, I don't
Okay.
think so. I think that
Was
was
it
kind
just
of.
nil?
Yeah, but we didn't really go off of base all that. We did a little bit of off base stuff with like local contractors for procurement and stuff like that because we were doing a lot of logistics stuff when I was there. But there wasn't really like a significant threat off base in 2023. Nothing even remotely close to the way that it was like in the earlier days. Very very different. I mean, we had air conditioned rooms. We had showers, bathrooms, like actual bathrooms and shower stalls. There was like chow halls set up all over the place.